All right, we're talking Old Forge baseball. Tony Dimattia with us, the head coach baseball squad this year. Let's talk about how you feel like you can compete in your league, and then when you get to the district play.
Like every year, our league's super competitive. The league itself this year has a lot of teams with players back, high quality players. I said a few years ago, the freshman class a couple years ago was playing at a high level, and now we're at a point now where they're juniors and seniors, and I don't think the league's ever been top to bottom as strong as it is this year, or in the past year or so. So league-wise, I can't ever complain about our schedule and the competitiveness of it. Once we get to districts and we start playing the teams our size, we've talked about this before, our non-league schedule I put up against anybody with, Dallas, Pittston area, West Scranton. We play the bigger schools. We may take our lumps and stuff like that, but I believe that gets us ready for the teams in our class come district tournament time.
Yeah, we met with West Scranton. They're like, listen, we got 7, 8, 9 pitchers, but they're a big school. Let's talk about that at Old Forge, having live arms and being able to, hey, you got to be able to throw a couple innings for us if you need it.
Yeah, it's all hands on deck with us. I mean, we have super confidence in guys, younger guys, to come in and step in at any moment. Whether they're freshmen, sophomores. I mean, we started a freshman the other day against Dallas. A team who's a 4A perennial power, and he held them at bay for the most part, which is a very good sign for us moving forward. But yeah, like you said, bigger schools have 7, 8 deep where they can run kids in and out. For us, it's about getting our pitch count to where it has to be for the end of the season.
Every year we start out so optimistic. Hey, the weather's looking good. It's March, and then all of a sudden, here we are. We got a rain first week of April, and you're going to run into those 4 or 5 games a week with, you're going to have that depth.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's why scheduling the way we do and allowing the kids to get in there early at a younger age gives us the leg up at the end of the year. We're the type of team, and it's been that way ever since I've been there, that we get better as the year goes on. Our goal is to be ready for game 21. That's what we preach with these guys, and game 21 being the district tournament, the start of the district tournament. So it's Northeast PA. It's everybody has to deal with it. So I mean, we're playing Mid Valley yesterday, and today we're supposed to play them brand new turf facility, and we still can't play. So that's really that's supposed to be there to avoid this, but unfortunately it's life in the Northeast, and we all have to adjust.
Yeah, I mean we're torrential rain, downpours, and flooding. Hopefully everything's okay, but we know that it's going to be one of those kind of weeks. Let's talk a little bit about offensively, how you feel like with your bats, where you're at getting guys on base. Do you have any long ball hitters?
Well, we have 4 guys back from the starting lineup for last year. We probably have 2 guys that could, drive the ball over the wall if necessary. But for us, it's more we have to focus on putting the ball in play. Our first 3 games we struck out way too much. We talked about it but the bats are always the last to come around. The pitchers are ahead of the hitters at this point in the season, and you hope that quality at bats, and once they get up to seeing 40 live at bats, that they're ready and focused in for the end of the year.
You hear different coaches saying, hey, I coach with the talent I have. At Old Forge, you kind of know what you have. Talk a little bit about your style as a coach and what you're trying to do with your team, and maybe some of that is small ball or smart ball in some sense.
Yeah, like I've talked to this about, I have friends who coach in college and stuff, and you as a college coach can recruit to your style. Okay, so if you want to go out there and get 5 guys that can hit the ball, 450 feet, you can certainly go find them. In high school, especially at Old Forge, it's quite different. Each year takes on its own personality, a different type of team. This year might be a little bit different. We're going to have to score runs this year differently than we did in the past. We're not going to be able to rely on 2, 3 straight hits. We're going to have to move runners, put the ball in play, maybe hit and run, bunt a little bit, and put some pressure on teams defensively with our speed.
Is there much coaching that goes into playing at other parks? Like you said, hey, we're going to play at Mid Valley. They've got turf. We're going to go to Dunmore. They got, whatever those places are, you're going to get probably a couple fields that are, a little bit challenging in their own right.
Yeah, I think the only one that stands out to me is Shouts, just because of the short right field, bigger left field. So what we did usually what we do when we play there is we put our two older, maybe more experienced, better outfielders in left and center. as opposed to, we probably play our better outfielder in right field normally, which is kind of how we've done it over the past couple of years. So we adjust. That's probably the only field we try to adjust to. Obviously, turf is ideal. You can use the turf to your benefit. Everything's kind of true. The only difference is the speed. So, you have to adjust. Pittston area, for example, with their infield, it's a faster infield than you would play if you play at the University of Scranton, for example. So, you have to know the fields, I guess, but as far as adjustments go, we don't have the ability at Old Forge to just run in, 4 Aaron Judges and put them wherever we want.
You probably have a message, and I'm not sure if it's every day there for your team, but hey, if by game 21 we do this every day, we're going to be in a good position. What is that message that you're giving your team?
Get better every day. Even if it's one individual thing, even if it's one small piece, learn from what happened the day before. Mistakes are going to happen, but what compounds it is when you allow it to happen every day. You have to fix it. The way you fix it is to gradually get to the point where it doesn't happen again.
We've seen success locally at the college level. Mr. Cordy has been really good. Wilkes having a nice year with Mike Guy, good guy. Everybody says that. And then the University of Scranton, great facilities. They have a good program there. Talk a little bit about getting these guys to go to the next level. Somebody always wants to go Division I, but there's really good baseball at the PSAC. There's really good baseball here in Northeast PA. If a kid does want an opportunity at the next level,
yeah, just look at the last maybe, let's say 10 years, with the guys that have been drafted out of the area, with the players that have gone, down south to Virginia and places like that. And then all of a sudden now, within the last 10 years, we have all these quality facilities. Turf field at the University of Scranton is just second to none, in my opinion, with the entire facility. Wilkes now with the turf facility. Misericordia, who's been to the College World Series several times. You don't have to go much further than 40 minutes to find yourself a quality location. I mean, even to the PSAC. You got Bloomsburg, who's been in the World Series. You have East Stroudsburg, who's won a zillion games in a row now, it seems. So, you're right. Within an hour to an hour and a half, you have quality programs.
How can I fail to mention Lackawanna College?
Right.
It's been great. And Keystone Shevchik, he'll be coming in here any minute. He'll give me a punch in the stomach. Those guys have done a great job. But, when you're talking about teams that you're going to play this year, is there a team or two that you're looking at right now like, wow, man, they're stacked up. We're going to have to play our best ball?
Well, within our league, if you want to look at the league, I thought going in that both Mid-Valley and Riverside were the two teams that were, that were the teams that we had to, play really well to beat. And I don't think that's going to change. I think that's going to be where it is. The difference would be the amount of arms, who they have on the mound, when they're available to pitch, how many, can we get into their bullpen? All of those things matter and compound as the season move on. So I would say those two teams would be the two teams within our league that we have to, and how about Dunmore? Off to a 4-0 start. They're scoring a heck of a lot of runs. They seem to hit the ball all over the place. So, within our league, every day is a battle.
Yeah, and, it should be interesting. I'm sure you feel this way. Pound for pound, what you have here in Old Forge, you guys will go up against anybody, give it your best, and a lot of times you guys are going to get pretty good results.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade it for any place in the world, John.
All right, good to see you.
Thank you.